I'm in the middle of nowhere. What a beautiful day. Wish I could have came out here yesterday. Yesterday was a little warmer, but can't complain. How are you guys doing today in this lovely first of 2025 out here on the trails? I'm not sure if you guys could. You probably can't see how steep it is, but it's steep in my world right now. I don't know where I'm at. I know I'm somewhere in Georgia, but I'm literally in the middle of this forest, taking in the nature. The nature. All the leaves are falling. But we gotta give God His praise, His thanks for life. I don't think life ever stops. Even though these leaves fall, we are eternal, man. We continue to grow. As long as we have the energy of our God sustaining our life, we are eternal. We are eternal. I mean, all we gotta do is get closer to our Lord, align our will to His, and I mean, nothing's ever impossible. Nothing. With God on our side, nothing's ever impossible, man. I look at life as like, now, it's like, man, you know what? It is, man. It is what it is. I can't deny anything nowadays. I'm just gonna take whatever it is and keep it pushing. I can't deny. I can't say no. I can't say yes. I'm just gonna say it is. At this point, it's like, why even argue anymore, right? Why even argue? It's just like, what? If I argue, it's like I'm limiting God Himself, man. I'm limiting God. I'm limiting our Creator as if He can't do the things that I may say He's not, or anyone say He's not, or He is, or His is not doing, or I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Life is limitless, man. Life is ever expanding. If I could look at a tree and know that, when springtime comes around, these leaves are gonna grow back, then who am I to be like, okay, God is not this and not that. You know what I mean? Who am I to limit God? I can't limit God. I can't even discount the Bible anymore, man. I can't discount any kind of piece of work. I could argue, but my arguments don't matter at this time, man. No piece of arguments matter. It's here. The Bible is here. The Quran is here. All these pieces of documents are here. It is. Do we know the full truth? All I can say is no, we don't. No, we don't know the full truth, but you know what? The Creator is. He's the truth. And once we get to meet our Maker and talk to Him, and maybe He talks to us in our dreams, then we get to know the full truth. At this time, our truth at this time, which is a truth, is what's around us, man. From the day you're born to the day you die, that's your truth, man. It may differ from someone else's truth, and you know what? People may deny some parts of your truth, but you know you. So if you hold your truth to you, then how could you be wrong, right? All in all, it is. It is what it is. It goes back to the saying, it is what it is. It is existence. It's God Himself. He's the source of everything, of life, of everything that is here. The eternal Creator. I can't deny Him at all. I can't deny his power at all. He created everything. So how could I deny that He's not this and not that? How could I deny that He isn't a loving God or is a loving God? How could I deny that He doesn't hate? I can't deny that. God may hate. He of course, he loves. If I could accept that he loves, why can't I accept that he hates? I have to accept that he hates. If I accept that he loves, I have to accept that he hates. And he has every other attribute of the humankind, I would say. People may argue with me on this one, but how could you? How could you argue with me? Because if you argue with me and say that no, God doesn't hate and God doesn't have jealousy and he doesn't lie, how could you argue with me on that point and say that he's all a positive God? How could you? That means you're limiting him. You don't want to limit God. No, I'm not finna limit God. He's in everything. He has everything. He has every attribute of the human trait. He's everything, and he has every attribute of, I don't know, the tree or the tiger, or anything, any animal or whatever. He has all the attributes of what is in this existence of this world, of this time, at this point. So who am I to deny God and say that he's this way and that way and limit him? I'm not going to limit God and say he's this way. No, whatsoever. He's everything we see out here. That's it. He's everything that I am. He's everything that you are, the listener, the watcher, whoever you are. He is limitless. And it just makes you think more and more and more. Like, man, you know what? How could I even limit myself? If God is limitless, if God is a limitless being, if we were to think that, right? How could I limit myself and limit myself to these people telling me to do this and that and this to get into to the heavens? There's only one way to the heavens. How could it be? How could there be one way to heaven when God is limitless? There's maybe a million ways to get closer to our Creator. There may be a million different efficient ways to get to the heavens. As long as we get there, right? We're not going to limit God to, okay, well, it's just one way. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe they kind of misconstrued. Maybe they misconstrued what Jesus said. Or did Jesus really say that? I don't know. He said he's the only way to the Father. Is it? Is he? I don't know. Well, I'm going to follow him and his teachings because his teachings seemed more efficient. But if no one ever finds the Bible and no one ever reads the Bible, then how are we going to get to heaven? I mean, if they burn all the books today, every pieces of literal biblical work or any kind of spiritual work, then no one going to heaven, right? Because we don't know about Jesus or anything. So I mean, it just makes no sense for Jesus to say that. It just makes no sense. If we really use our rational mind, it just makes no sense. How could we say that Jesus is the only way? Did Jesus really teach that? That's the question right now. Did Jesus really teach that? Did he really want us to know that? Right? And if there is no piece of spiritual or literally spiritual work or book, how could we ever know? How could anyone get to the heavens? I don't know. It just makes no sense. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, we could get very, very close to our source, our Creator, our God, by straight meditating and closing off everything that is outside of us. Everything. I mean, just imagine if we didn't. Let's say I couldn't read. Let's say no one could read a book. Right? How would we know God? How would we know God? We can't learn about God from a book. I'm telling you. We can't. We gotta meditate and get within because he's our sustainer of life. He's our spiritual guide. Right? I don't know. We need to dig deep on what they were saying in the Bible. We needed to kind of dig deep and dive deep in what Jesus was really talking about, because I know he was talking about some real stuff, man. I believe evil people kind of rewritten this Bible over and over again to sway the masses. Oh, if you don't do it this way, then you know you're going to hell, or you're going to a damnation or purgatory. You got to work through purgatory to get to heaven, whatever. You know, and if you don't give your money, or if you don't give your time or your land or your boom, then you won't be seen as holy in the eyes of God. I mean, come on, it seemed like evil men wrote that stuff, man. We gonna do what Jesus really taught, and that was get closer to our God by straight leaving the crowd, leaving society for a moment, meditating, getting quiet, like every other guru out there that talks about I and I. You know what I mean? That God and them are one, that He's within us, as Jesus proclaimed. That God and Himself is one. The Father and I are one. You know? Thought somebody was behind me for a second. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Oh, that's a bird. Nola Mountain. But yeah, just thinking a lot. We gotta continue to really get rationalized. How could we know about God from a book? What if we didn't have books? What if all the books were burned? How would the people in the future know about God? They will, when they close themselves off from the society, these distractions. These literary works that kind of just destroy us from within, and you just can't get right. There's no peace when we got different people saying different things and they're just not adding up. Life is beautiful, man. It truly is, man. I want everybody to kind of just live their life too as well, without sinning, of course. Sin is very, very bad. I don't even like to call it sinning anymore. Sowing into your negative nature is not warranted, I would say. We kind of need to walk out here in love, of course, because love is the solution, man. Love is the solution. And I know that's cringe to a lot of people, because a lot of people are selfish. But it is what it is. It is. So, just wanted to talk about that, man. Life is great. Life is beautiful. I hope everybody has a good year this year. Maybe ups and downs. May have some ups and downs. That's fine. But with the goodness of God and the prayer and His prayer, your prayers for a guiding light, an angel by your side to get you through these trial times, I believe God will give you what you ask for. No matter what, God is gonna give you what you're asking for, what you're worshiping, what you're breathing for, good or bad. I'm telling you, the consequences and everything thereof. The karma and everything after. Everything after the karma and everything. So just keep that in mind and walk out of here in straight goodness and love, because at the end of the day, you reap what you sow. But this is Daniel, your host of Notice TV, with a live video. Not so live. I'm not really showing myself. You can see my shadow. But I thank you for listening. I'll catch you guys later.